Hello again from the Underground, live from the Underground here in Randolph, Vermont. I'm Jamie Gage, your co-host, and we want to thank so many folks before we reintroduce our guest tonight. We want to make sure you're aware that we have new T-shirts right here. Beautiful burgundy, red. Oh, sorry. How about over here? Yeah. Sorry about that. Right underneath the video, you'll see the link, and we have links for other merchandise and for our performer, our key performer tonight, Alex Kelley. Thank you so much for coming here, Alex.
Thanks,
appreciate
Jamie.
it.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here. It's really you got a special thing going on here. Great musical community event. Everyone comes together. It's great. Every week it's great. So it's an honor.
Thank you. We appreciate that. And not the first time you've been here. You were here with the Western Terrestrials. You were one of the first, I think. Maybe. And my first interview was with Nick, and I didn't even get to stay. I had to suffer watching the video online that I wasn't here live to see an amazing performance, part of which you reprised this evening. I understand an alien showed up.
Yeah, an alien showed up. It was completely unplanned, and you may see aliens popping up around the state. I don't know who's doing it.
Yeah,
but some people are really pushing the movie. Ethan Allen was an alien. The Ballad of Ethan Alien, pretty hard. It's been premiering at different places around the state. You see bumper stickers popping up. So it's just one of those things. I mean, you're playing a song, you look up, I gasped and hiccuped, and then the alien shows up, Yeah.
Yeah, it's remarkable. The alien it pops up everywhere. It is amazing. And that's been going on for about a year now, right? There's the movie premiere. There was a movie premiere a week ago down in Barnard.
Yeah.
Then there's going to be another one up in Middlesex.
Yep. Camp Meade tomorrow.
Yep. Fantastic. And some more appearances around the state.
Yeah. It's all balladofethanalien.com, I guess.
Yeah.
Maintained by aliens.
Yeah. It's hard to know.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to know when the aliens might decide now's the time.
I've been trying to think of a joke about a tractor beam and how they get around, and I haven't landed on it yet, but I'm pretty sure there's something there about that's how they're getting around the state.
Just
It's a real tractor, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Any particular brand that you're thinking of? Is it
green.
a deer or
I'll give you a clue about what color it is. It's not orange.
It's green. Okay, it's green. So we know. We're getting little hints here. I think they may be maybe telepathically communicating through you, possibly. It's hard to know when they might show up, when they might appear in your visions, too.
I feel like they may have been, when I perform, and I hope to outgrow this at some point, it's one of those things where, your body just takes over. I could barely tell you the songs I played. It's a blur. Even just the pressure of the camera, it's I was possessed. I was possessed by Ethan Alien. Now we're here talking.
Fantastic. Maybe that's the sort of patron saint of the arts. Maybe it's a muse of some kind.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
There's a lot of things opening up. It's
Portals.
Incredible. Portals, yeah. NPR just today had a story about alien life somewhere on I don't believe it was not on our solar system, and I'm not making this up. I heard it on the radio. I drove around a lot today, hence my tardiness. Vermont's beautiful, by the way. And the story had something to do with the fact that they believe there's alien life somewhere in a planet 2.5 times the size of Earth. And I didn't get much more details, and I already knew all of that because I think we're seeing it already.
Vermonters already knew.
We know.
Huh. Man, what a day to run that story.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'm not kidding. It was on today. So, talking about teleporting and channeling and the muse. Your last song, Sunday Morning Coming Down, Chris Christopherson, great tune. Thank you for closing with that. What do you say about that?
That it is a really great tune, and it just grabs you from the very first line, which is what's magical about it. I mean, I didn't necessarily grow up listening to Outlaw Country, but that was one of the songs where I heard the first line. I was like, "Yep, this is compelling." So yeah, it's a great song. It's a great song. I chickened out of the high part in the chorus, like but
Do you want to try it now?
No. Half a beer in, and I'm willing to try it.
All right. We'll talk to you in a few minutes.
The coolest
about
little part of that melody in the verse is the part I didn't do. It's the harmony that's coming down. That part. I got, just getting get those vocal cords a little tighter, and maybe next time I'll hit it.
Right. Well, you nailed some famous lyrics. The one that the cleanest dirty shirt is one that's been talked about a lot. You wake up. I mean, it's a nightmare, and I want you to reconcile this with your one of the other songs you played. I'm getting feedback. It's great. I don't know if that's intentional, but I think we're in stereo finally. Anyway, sounds so much more important this way. Somehow, I might get stage fright. Anyway, the cleanest dirty shirt lyric, and it is a little loud. I'd lost my train of thought, literally. I wanted to say a couple things about that song, and I think I'm going to jump to Christofferson influences, right? So important in your music. You played a few covers, obviously big homage to a lot of people. Christofferson, just one of them. And his own homage, maybe you know this, is that he wants on his tombstone a Leonard Cohen lyric from Bird on the Wire. Have you heard this?
No, but that's a great fact.
Yeah, like a bird on a wire. Oh God, somebody help me. Like a bird on a wire. I'm going to screw it up, so I won't bother. I destined to be free.
Yeah,
and
So one thing I didn't say, I mean, there's the Christofferson song. I played a Paul Simon song called American Tune. I played an Elton John song, and I grew up, Elton John is like first and foremost. I'll always love Elton John, but I mentioned when I played American Tune that it was like one of the first songs that made me realize how cool music could be, and I said earlier, it's based on a hymn, which is based on a Bach chorale or something like that. So there's a whole lineage there. And I'm not necessarily committed to putting anything on my tombstone, but I did get a tattoo based on that song, which, someone could use that to identify my body. That's about as close as on a tombstone as I could get.
Can we see it?
Yeah, you can see it.
American
Where's
Tune? This is the Paul Simon?
This is a, zoom in. This is a, so there's a line that goes, they came on a ship that sailed the moon, and this is kind of like a moon and a ship all in one little design. So
I got here late and I missed that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Well, you didn't miss the strip show.
That's a great, well, I guess it's just beginning. So keep drinking. That's fantastic.
I'm under the impression that this is just going to be on the radio, right?
We'll see. It probably won't make prime time. We'll see. We'll try to keep it under wraps, but depending on what you do here at the end. Yeah, Paul Simon, American Tune. What a beautiful, beautiful song. I almost want to make you play it again. Talk to that song a little bit more.
Well, you can buy the recording and stream it for the next 48 hours, according to the website. Not you. We'll give it to you, but those of you out there who missed it, yeah.
Yep, fantastic. You have a new album out. I don't recall if American Tune is on it. Okay.
No, there's a few covers on it. There's another Paul Simon song on it actually called Congratulations, which is a great song. Not necessarily one of the bangers that he wrote, but there's also The River by Paul Simon, by Bruce Springsteen. Obviously.
Yep.
Won't make that mistake again. And then and there's another cover, Always on My Mind.
Yeah,
Willie Nelson / other people have done it too. So it's a good one. Yeah.
Right. And I don't recall, isn't an Elton cover?
No Elton cover, no. Yeah, maybe someday, but
Is I wonder about influences. Like if you hold somebody in high revere, super high revere, you said Elton is kind of the guy. Do you feel like you don't want to touch his music, or or what?
It's hard for one thing. His voice doesn't match up with my range very well.
Right.
So it was a real stretch to do the falsettos, and thanks to Vincent for putting enough reverb on it that it sounded hopefully okay. And I guess the other thing is that I'm not as I've gotten older and cared more and more about lyrics, I'm not super into the lyrics of Elton John songs. And so kind of when I wanted to do covers, I was thinking as much about the lyrics as about the melody. So that's why I picked some of the ones I did.
Right. Great segue there toward the beginning of your influences and how you've transcended now. So early on, I mean, you still hold them in super high revere, but
oh yeah,
but it's morphed a little bit. It sounds like. How's that? Where did you start? I guess is the question.
Yeah, well, like all good children of hippies, I started with like traditional Irish music and Putumayo world music CDs. The first talent show I ever did was me playing like a hand drum, singing a song from a Putumayo disc, which is embarrassing. That was 5th grade. But it quickly went to, I guess, I really cut my teeth on non-classical music, like starting in high school, where I stopped taking classical piano lessons, and I think I got like one of the old iPods for the first time and LimeWire. So I would download songs, put on my iPod, wear those like old like styrofoam headphones, and just kind of play along to them. And that's how I learned kind of how songs are put together and how chord progressions are put together. And so that would have been Elton John, and there's a bunch of embarrassing artists I could list, like Coldplay and Dave Matthews Band. Really loved them back then, and I'll never forget them. Just a bunch of different songs. I just put on a song and I try to play along to it while I was listening, and that was that. I did it for hours.
How did you start with piano? You started with it. You said the 5th grade with a drum first.
Well, that was my very first musical performance, basically ever. But yeah, I did piano lessons, starting in 1st grade, I think, something like that. And
classical didn't grab you by 5th. You said 4 years.
It didn't grab me by 5th, but I've kind of gotten back to it now. I wasn't really mature enough to understand why it was interesting.
Right.
I played a lot of classical music during the pandemic. I kind of go through classical, jazz, and then not playing, and then classical, jazz, and not playing. It's like a couple month phases. I just kind of cycle through
and absorb lots of influences.
Yeah, but no, I'm a huge Chopin fan, so. I spent the pandemic trying to learn his ballad number 1. I wasn't successful, but I spent a lot of time on it.
Did rolling out of that, did other melodies occur to you, and did other songs happen? Or parts of, or some kind of inspiration from that?
It mainly just got my fingers in pretty good playing shape. I've never noticed a direct link between classical music and songwriting, like vocals and lyrics and stuff like that. But I don't know, maybe subliminally.
Yeah, I think that probably we all lost a few years there. I mean, I got the whole, whatever the sponsor was. I don't know. My father got me 20 classical albums, and I loved them. They were great. I wasn't actually musically trained or anything, and I loved them, but I couldn't really connect that well with them. In my experience, when Eddie Money came on with "Baby Hold On to Me," made sense to me somehow. And those kinds of things, the Elton Johns and the those influences were much more resonant for me because I could understand the lyrics and understand the experience first.
I didn't realize we had this in common, but I'm a huge Eddie Money fan. The only reason I would ever have gone on a cruise would have been like a classic rock cruise with Eddie Money on it. Unfortunately, I don't think he's with us anymore. But man, I used to love some of his songs. Yeah.
Wow. I kind of want to get that in print because that's such a valuable quote you just. If the only cruise you would ever go on would have been a classic rock cruise with Eddie Money. Maybe there's room for other people in our world where we recreate an Eddie Money cruise.
Yeah.
Just saying.
He was so good. Just good kind of working class rock and roll.
Yeah. Something, I don't even know what spoke to me about his music. Randy Newman also was an influence too, yeah? Or no? Not so much.
I've barely listened to any Randy Newman, and I'm mostly afraid because I just worry that I think of him, I don't know, maybe this is different for other people or different, whatever, people with different backgrounds, but I think of him as stereotypically really hokey, and I'm just too worried to go take a deeper look because I worry that it'll just feel too similar to impulses I have. So I've just kind of out of fear not really listened to Randy Newman.
Well, I make the comment because he's got a grasp on humor and cynicism in a deep way, which you don't necessarily possess at all. But he actually did you ever listen to Sail Away? The early 70s, one of the first albums that he did?
It's not the song Sail Away, Sail Away, Sail Away. No, that's an Enya song or something like that. No, I don't think I have. No, but give me the top like 3 songs that I should listen to for Randy Newman. I will give it a good, honest try.
Louisiana, 1927, about the flood of Louisiana, of Louisiana, is a good one. Politically correct or political, what's the name of it? There's several songs on that early album that he did that had a comic element and a deeply social critical element. He went to Disney later in his later years, and maybe that's what you're talking about. Like
I don't know enough to know.
Well, let's move it over to what you have a comic element that made me think of his work too. Like, let's go to the song about working.
Yeah.
About so someday you'll be on the road and they'll understand kind of thing.
Yeah, I didn't. I think that one is called Mediocre Job. Or no, I do a mediocre job, and then in parentheses it's going to be at my job. But yeah, I waffle wildly between writing basically only sad or slower songs and then trying to write funnier songs. And I need to find an in between, or I need to figure out the right blend. And I'm trying to find the right juxtaposition, and maybe they shouldn't be juxtaposed at all. I kind of struggle with it because I don't want to live all my songwriting just writing more serious things, but then it's really hard to write a good, funny song that's like not hokey or feels like it's trying too hard, or it's kind of just even weird that there aren't more people that do it. I mean, there's parodies, but beyond that, I think not many people do it because it's hard, and I don't know why. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have any answers, but just have to grin and try them out and see what people like. And then if people like it, that's good. If they don't, you tried and you learned.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah, give it a shot. John Prine does it really well. You did play and pay homage to John Prine. Well. He definitely had that gift. But it's an edge. Like to get too serious and trying to be funny at the same time, or like I'm going to present this serious topic, but try to do it with levity. Wicked hard.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's like, if it's like too much of a joke, you don't want to hear jokes twice because you know what the punchline is already. So it has to be like subtle enough that you want to listen to it again. Or maybe that's completely wrong. I don't know.
Talk to that experience of of your job, and and by your job I mean it could be a narrator in your song.
Yeah. I do. I enjoy my job. But I think, everyone has days where they're like, especially during the pandemic, where they're like, it's just such a routine. And I think statistically, people were working more during the pandemic because they were at home. They could do more before breakfast and after dinner. And I think, judging by the number of people who are reportedly leaving their jobs or switching jobs, I think it really did wear on people. And there's like I find my job very meaningful, but I think a lot of people don't. And I think that's what that song's about.
Right.
I've had meaningless jobs before too. I've been a door-to-door salesperson. I've worked numerous office jobs. I've I've sold pianos for a month.
Only a month. You'd be really good at it, I would think, being a piano player, yeah? Or it was dreadful?
That might be a longer story than we have time for. I did not have a good set of coworkers. I was the only employee, basically, and I was alone all day, and did not get along with the boss.
Yeah, that makes a really rough set of coworkers if you don't have any. If there's no team to support you at all. Did you have a boss?
Yes, I did.
Customers too?
It was in a downturn. It wasn't 2008, 2009, but it was like close enough after that there weren't many customers, and you get a customer every couple days, basically.
Right.
I dusted a lot of pianos. Didn't sell very many.
No. But you learned about dusters.
I did. Yeah, I did. I learned a lot about
dusters.
dusters.
I know nothing about dusters or pianos.
Yeah, the trick is you don't want to move the dust around. You actually want to pick it up somehow and get it out of there.
Right, because it'll just find its way back.
Definitely. That's the real sneaky,
even if you sweep it on the ground, it's, yeah. And what does it do to pianos?
Then what do? Get on your hands and knees and dust down there? There's nowhere to sweep it after it's on the ground.
Right, unless you can find a register. Down to the ductwork.
Have one of those.
But then the furnace kicks on and all that dust comes back up. Yeah, this is maybe there's the rug.
Yeah,
that's a good point. That's the old school. Thank you. That's before central heating. Mm-hmm. Very smart observation. So find a rug if you want to dust around a piano. You grew up in Windsor, Vermont. Is that right? Or you live in Windsor?
I do.
Vermont?
I live in Windsor. I grew up in Springfield, Vermont.
Oh, that's right.
A little bit farther down the line.
Yep. Windsor County still.
Windsor County. Yeah, Windsor.
A lot of rap down there now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, some good rap. Hey, good to see people giving it a go.
Yeah, I don't know if we may have had somebody from the Springfield area. I'm not sure. We've had a few hip hop artists and rap artists here, but you started on piano. Hippie parents, Putumayo. That's the past. Is there anything you're thinking about? I feel like you want to play something maybe.
Well, what do you want to hear?
Do we have any? This is an opportunity to go out to the field and see who might have a suggestion. All right, fair enough. Do you ever do any Tom Waits?
No, I should though. I barely know anything about Tom Waits, but
your range.
Really good things.
You have to really hurt your voice. You have to. I don't know if you have to. How much whiskey you have to drink or cigars you have to smoke.
What are some of his famous songs?
Well, you did Sunday Morning Coming Down by Christopherson. He does. What's that famous song? Somebody help me. Saturday. Oh goodness, I don't have the command. He has a famous tune called. Somebody from the field's going to have to help. He's very good, but he actually tried to affect his voice purposefully to distinguish himself with a sound.
Yeah, I think that's smart. I think that's really smart.
Yeah, I mean,
I should
really
do that.
gravelly and he's the guy that talks like
I would love
this,
to
and
have a
he's Tom
gravelier
Waits.
voice.
And
Oh yeah, I would love to do that. What did he do? I'll do it.
All right, we'll work on that for the.
Yeah,
he literally, like, he sort of admitted it, and then I think it became second nature to him. Maybe
Nobody with a nasally voice really like shines. You know, I gotta get something more in there, a little more texture.
Yeah, well, you might hurt yourself too, because I think he maybe did, but he's still around. He's also got the comic element, and he writes a lot about place. You write about place at all, like the Mills of Springfield, Vermont, or anything?
You know, I find it hard to write about place, but not for any particularly good reason. And I think there's some people who write about place that do it incredibly beautifully, and it's clear. It's just such good storytelling to have good, rich details about place that you almost kind of like assume that your listener can follow along, even if they have never been there before. I mean, there's people who can call out particular details, and yeah, I'll give it a go.
And actually, it's funny. I must have mentioned that because this morning I looked up the lyrics too, because I really wanted to hear it in my head and sing it to a song of his called Johnsburg, Illinois.
Oh yeah.
Do you know that too?
No, but sounds like a town I've never been to.
Yeah,
and it's evocative already.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of folks who do write about place, and he was one of them. He sort of made the gritty Midwest make sense to me. You know, the iron towns and around the Great Lakes, and Johnsburg, Illinois happens to be a really sweet love song in his deep, gravelly voice about a woman. And it's very short and very beautiful, and even in his weird, gravelly voice, it's something. It's really, really, really quite nice. The new album is named.
Oh, I have no idea. I haven't even asked Vincent if he'll record it for me yet.
Sure, I'll do it.
This is. I gotta
starting
put it on the
a
Jumbotron.
petition.
Vincent, will you record my next album?
And we're starting a Kickstarter campaign for Alex Kelley's new album here live from the underground with Vincent Freeman.
Wow, if you say it, it's true.
Please contribute, help out where you can. You don't find talent like this anywhere. So I gotta say that. Let's talk about the last album, maybe the debut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I've just said yeah. Yeah, it's out there. It's called Likeness. I think, as I mentioned, I kind of swing wildly between more serious songs and having an impulse to at least try something light with levity. And so I feel like the next one is going to be light and with more levity. But you know, I'm proud of the songs on Likeness. I think I learned a lot doing it, and I learned what it takes to make an album, which is a lot. But when you got people like Vincent to help you,
nice,
you can do it.
Shout out for the underground
Yeah.
and Vincent Freeman for his great work. And what does it take, in your estimation, to make an album?
You know, you have to be willing to put in as much time and effort on the things that you don't enjoy, as the things you enjoy, and that's the hardest part. I mean, everybody who does anything creative, it's like it requires 6 different skill sets. You have to write the song, practice enough to really know it, like try enough different things to know you're doing the right thing. You have to, practice singing. You have to warm up. You have to get the logistics down. You have to do the kind of administrivia, office related stuff to book things and make a drawing and, order the records, and you have to do social media, and you have to know how to promote yourself. And all of that is just, some things are great and some things are just total drudgery. So that's the hardest. I mean, that's what I think the hardest thing is.
You can't just do anything you want.
You can't just do anything you want. Yeah. Yeah. It's all, most of it's elbow grease too. So you have to have good, willpower and go get them.
Right.
Go get 'emness.
Perspiration versus inspiration.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Western Terrestrials, you're the keyboardist for the Western Terrestrials, and somehow they keep attracting the aliens. I don't know what's going on with them, but it seems to happen. They put out this movie. What's that whole experience been like for the last year with aliens coming down?
Yeah.
And a lot of weird stuff going on.
It's been great. It's kept everyone quite busy. I think we all didn't realize how much effort a full-length movie would be. It sounds dumb when I say it so plainly, but full-length movies are so much effort. It took and like everyone besides Nick did a fraction of it. So credit where credit is due. He through pure brute strength made it happen. But now it's over, and we got a lot of content for our social media. So it's great, and people seem to really like it. It's got a lot of Vermont stuff in it, so it's kind of a nice kind of homegrown thing. If you like the state we live in, you're gonna love this movie.
And by state, you might mean Vermont, you might mean consciousness. I don't know what you mean. I'm not gonna guess.
If you like the state we inhabit,
you position it like Nick might not be an alien, and there's theories out there. Just saying.
we love theories. We love theories here.
Not conspiracy theories necessarily either. Just flat out theories.
Gravity's a theory, so
True.
conspiracy theory, no less.
Yeah.
Same with birds.
That's true. That is very true. What's next for you? Are you playing out anywhere?
I am trying to. I just started playing keyboard with a fantastic musician, Sarah King.
Yeah,
If you know her, she's been to the
Sarah
studio
King.
before.
Request for you, by the way.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Is it?
Thank you, Sarah.
What do you say to a man who won't listen? I don't want to waste my time. That's a Sarah King song. That's all I remember. She's great, though. Check out her music. I can't play Rachmaninoff, especially not on the spot, especially not on this electric piano. So
Chopin?
Next time.
Just for exercises. Yeah, well, yeah.
You know, earlier in the summer, I could have played like 80% of the ballad number one. Now I'm hopeless.
Yeah, but it'll all come back. It's all part of the synthesis of Alex Kelley. Right on. Well, good. Your website?
alexkelley.bandcamp.com. Yeah.
Fair enough. Good deal. Any other further requests out in the field?
Requests.
I'm trying to remember the Tom Waits tune. I think you could add it to your repertoire. It's the famous one, the Saturday. It's been covered a million times. Here, you play just a little background music and watch him. I'm just gonna do the. We need producers for this. Heart of Saturday Night. That's it. Thank you. Yes, the Heart of Saturday Night.
Okay, that'll be my song for the way home.
To do, yeah. Mix it with some Rachmaninoff themes or Chopin and see if you can get a...
I used to be able to play that famous Rachmaninoff song about the tolling of the bells. The one, it's cool. It's when you got to put your hands together, kind of make a super big chord. But can't remember it anymore.
Do you have to tape them together like you're pretending you're a mermaid in the hand way?
Pretty much. You have to basically decide whether you want which hand you want to go on top. You got to kind of do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Favorite jazz? I just want to, since we're talking about it, favorite jazz pianist?
Yeah, I mean, Bill Evans is great. I mean, there's a lot of new people that are really great. I love Corey Henry. He plays B3 organ and jazz and everything, basically. Chick Corea is really good. I mean, just saying things people already know. These are very good people. They're great. Go listen to them. But I love, playing Spain and some other Chick Corea songs.
I love Peace Peace by Bill Evans, and that whole album. Everybody digs Bill Evans. Love that tune. It's just I play it at least once every few months because I'm just like,
Sticks with you.
yeah, and it really represents the title, Peace Peace. It really is just like it's a cleansing in a way. There's something about the way he lingers on a note. That sorry, geeking out a little bit there, but sorry, but listen to Bill Evans,
Lingering
Chick
is
Corea.
good in music.
Yeah, it sure is. How about you? Got any shout outs you want to make?
Any
besides,
shout-outs?
you already
Yeah,
you
so
gave Nick Cherrick and Sarah
I'm playing
King.
with the Western Terrestrials. I'm playing with Sarah King. Shout outs. I don't know, like the fam. No, I give a shout out to my
Dad's
sister who
Passwords.
plays the drums, who again wrote the third verse of that song I played earlier. She's a fantastic drummer. She's taking a sabbatical out of the state to Minnesota for the next year, so I'm gonna miss playing music with her for a little bit. But she played on the album. She did play on the album. That's a great thing to remind me and everyone. Yeah, she's a fantastic drummer in person. But yeah, give a shout out to her.
Nice. Family love.
Thanks for the invitation. Yeah.
Yeah, love to end on family love. Well, any dates you want to mention upcoming? Too.
Wow. Well, we've
Well,
got
you said the
bunch of movies happening all over the state. We've got definitely some Western Terrestrials shows. We've been doing a tour of various ski hills. So we played Magic Mountain and we played Jay Peak. We got a show at Stowe. We got a show at Higher Ground coming up in that kind of tour with 5 great Americana bands. Yeah, westernterrestrials.com.
Sarah King's
Sarah King's
among
gonna be
the
there. Oh, yeah.
Maple Run,
Maple
and
Run's
Ida
there.
Mae Specker,
Ida Mae.
and Saints and Liars, right?
Amazing. Yeah. Saved me the...
Haven't seen one of them yet, but I every time you guys do it, I'm
they've
like,
been good.
oh, I gotta
it's just
go.
so nice. You know, it's like everyone has a good time. Everyone plays for an hour, so it's a nice long show. You get a lot of good variety, and it's just nice to have someone doing sound, and you know, it's like outdoors, and it's all good.
Yeah, in all Vermont.
In all Vermont.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Alex Kelley, Western Terrestrials, live from the underground. This is the finale show for the summer, folks. We're going to take September off. We're going to have a special Strangled Darling Saturday event at some point that hasn't been announced yet, either the 2nd, 9th, 16th, or whatever it follows. Buy the merch, live from the underground merch right here. Very, very cool logo, etc. Vincent Freeman, Cameron Kennedy, Babs Mills, Jim Yeager, the crew in the fish tank over there. Yeah, thank you. And everybody else, we appreciate all your support and help. And Chandler Center for the Arts, that we donate 10% of our proceeds from every show to. I'm Jamie Gage, and that's a wrap. Have a great night.
Good night, everyone. Thanks so much.